Since the internet want to keep pushing this idea that men are intimidated by successful women, degrees, titles, boss babe energy, let me say this: intimidation is more than a word. So I'm gonna give you a truth pusher special. Men are mostly intimidated by the threat of violence. So unless your degree has a 6-shooter in it, or your job is an Uzi pointed at him, he ain't intimidated by you. So stop using this as a cope for men who don't want to date you. Prime example in this first clip coming up, this former lawyer speaking that tough talk.
The thing that I learned as a former lawyer is that a lot of insecure, uneducated people will discredit your education in order to feel better about not having one themselves. Having a higher education degree does not make you better than everyone, but let's be honest, it does make you smarter in certain areas.
Notice what just happened. She immediately frames her education as being smarter than others. Listen, my grandmother dropped out of the 3rd grade and she was the smartest person I ever met. Yes, everyone is smarter in certain areas than others. That's exactly why I think you don't bring it up.
It also means that you put in the discipline, the critical thinking, and the effort to master something beyond surface level understanding. And in every debate about whether higher education matters, what people conveniently leave out is the other skills that you gain from getting a higher education. The discipline to finish what you started, the ability to critically think, the ability to communicate, the ability to navigate perspectives outside of your own bubble. So if you chose to pursue higher education, don't downplay that and don't let people discredit you. You didn't waste your time, you invested in yourself. And the people who fear growth will always find a way to downplay what they didn't have the courage to pursue themselves.
And here's the truth. Men do not fear education or success. Men fear women calling the police on them for something they didn't do. The moment intelligence turns into a moral superiority, attraction shuts down. Not because she's educated, but because she's already decided who's beneath her. That's not intimidation, that's judgment. Now this next clip takes it farther. This one says men and people in general are threatened by ambition itself. Listen carefully to how disagreement gets labeled again.
The truth is, you being a motivated woman and someone that's very ambitious is going to threaten a lot of people when you're dating. And you're going to have a lot of people that are going to try to humble you. For example, these same people calling you classist for not wanting to date someone that doesn't meet your standards. Because I saw the replies in my comment section of what people were saying to you. And I saw somebody saying that it's the same rhetoric that people use when they don't want to date trans people, which is a crazy pull.
See, it's called having preferences. See, everybody gets to have preferences except men. And I believe the reason is because everyone bases everything off their feelings except men. That's why if you criticize them in any way, they think you're trying to humble them or control them. Nobody is threatened by ambition. Yeah, are there young men who don't have experience with women that are intimidated by some women? Yes, because they haven't had experience yet. But for the most part, the type of men these women want, the successful men, they are not scared of anything when it comes to women.
Like, I even saw someone say the same thing about race in my comment section. Not wanting to date someone, in your case, right? You not wanting to date someone that doesn't have an education or doesn't have a bachelor's degree is not the same as someone that doesn't want to date a black person or a Filipino. One of them is rooted in bigotry and racism, and the other one is, well, you worked your ass off for that, so why not have someone that also is at that same level with you? I don't see a problem with what you want at all. I think the only people that are complaining about it are people that are not at that level, that feel very insecure with themselves, and they're projecting like crazy. That's just the truth of it. And a lot of things that I've said over these past couple days have gotten people really upset. And guess what? I don't regret a single word.
Yes, it's not the same, but it's still a preference. Even if someone says, I don't want to date someone from another race, it doesn't mean it's based on hate. It could be several reasons. Here's the truth. Too many women are comfortable using these terms, intimidation, or saying someone is insecure. Straight up, men don't care about ambition in you. Men are turned off when ambition turns into validation instead of compatibility. A man can respect your work and still not want that energy that comes with it. That's not fear. That's a preference. And preference doesn't need permission. Now, this next clip is interesting because it finally says the quiet part out loud, how men actually think. but then it pivots. Listen closely.
Men don't care about your degrees. It's not attractive to men. And you using your degrees to make you feel good and thinking you're better because you have a bachelor's or master's or whatever, it doesn't matter to men, okay? So stop using that as your thing to lead with, okay? Because men don't care about that. We don't care.
It's not that men don't care. It's just not their priority. And your success doesn't mean you are peaceful, cooperative, feminine. Doesn't mean on any of that. Because at the end of the day, all women want men to pay the bills. All the bills, even if she has her own money. Why do you think they go around saying, my money is my money and his money is our money?
His money is my money. My money is my money.
But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his account, that's a fucking red flag. His money is our money and my money is my money.
I'm a little confused. The money you make is your money, but the money I make is our money.
You're not confused, Greg. You nailed it.
You mentioned like, oh, when you get these degrees, you become nasty. Like, maybe some people do, but I would say the large majority of people that I've encountered, because a lot of people I'm around, they have bachelor's, master's, and further. They're not nasty because of that. If they were nasty, they were nasty even before they got it, okay? So it's not the degrees. It really is just the person who was before the degrees. And the fact that you're trying to tell women, oh, well, don't lead with that, you know, men don't care about that. Who cares what the men care? But women spend years, even decade, in school to achieve something, to get something. And they got that goal after dedicating years of their life towards it. Yeah, I want you to feel good about yourself. I want you to be like, yo, I did that. I want you to be like, yo, I got a nice car. I did this. Yeah, because all that work you put in, I want you to flourish. And I want you to be proud of it. And I do not want you to dim your light because you're trying to get a man.
Okay, hold on. She said if they were nasty before what they got, before their degrees. Yes, success or degrees shouldn't change a person, but it does sometimes. Hell, sometimes when men get money, they get more confidence. Sometimes they get big-headed. But here's the difference. A man can use his money to get a woman. I see plenty of rich assholes with beautiful women. But you don't see many successful women with bad attitudes with men. And when she says, who cares what men think, that's the problem right there. If you want a man, you should care what they think. But women have been taught to not to give a damn what men think. That's why they'll sit there and say, I choose the bear. It's ridiculous. And yes, you shouldn't have to dim your light or feel guilty about your accomplishments. But you also shouldn't expect a man to want to date you because of them. Look how she sounds so aggressive. That's the whole point. Men don't want that aggressiveness at all. See, work is stress. Why have extra stress in the house? And that's why she'll end up dying alone. This is the True Pusher, and I'll see you on the next dose.